Hello, I'm Sarah and I'm gonna make something a bit hilarious today. Now, this came from, I was sharing a picture of my 3-ingredient beer bread that I'd made on my Facebook page. One of the lovely ladies on there said to me, oh, this is what I do, but with a can of fizzy drink instead of beer. And I thought, nah. But of course I had to try it because then I got curious. And it works. Oh my goodness, it works. She made it with ginger beer and I think it was soda water, which I imagine would actually be really, really nice. Just to be a bit different and amusing, I decided on Coke. So I want to say I made a loaf of bread with a can of Coke. In a bowl, we want to add 3 cups of self-raising flour. If you haven't got self-raising flour, you can always add normal flour and just put some baking powder in it. I can't think of the quantities off the top of my head, but I'm sure magic little words will pop up there to tell you how much. And 1 can of Coke. Now, I've only got a bottle, and the funny thing is I've had this bottle of Coke in the pantry for months. I actually bought it to do a whole different experiment with. So a can of Coke is about 330 mils. So that's how much I'm going to put in. Now cost-wise, of course, it depends a lot on what you buy. Proper Coke will cost more. Of course, you can buy a bottle of value brand cola for 98 cents at Pack and Save. 330 mils of that would equate to about 21 cents. And 3 cups of self-raising flour, which is about 450 grams, comes to about 56 cents. So this loaf of bread will cost 77 cents. And you want to start preheating your oven to 190 degrees Celsius. So once you've mixed that up, you just want to add just enough flour so that it all mixes up nicely without being too sticky. So I mean, you know, there's no yeast or anything here, so you don't have to leave it, you don't have to wait for it to rise or anything like that. You just literally, those 2 ingredients, just gonna lightly grease the bread tin with a little bit of oil so it comes out nicely. So there we go. I'm going to chuck that into the oven, 190 degrees, for 30 to 40 minutes, and we'll see you back here. Look at that. So I'm going to let that cool down a little bit, and then we'll take it out, slice into it, and I'll report back. Alright, this has cooled down. So, just lift it out nicely. I mean, looks wise, when you look at it, it just looks like your standard brown bread. You know, your standard brown, non-grainy bread. You wouldn't know from looking at it that it was made with a can of Coke. But you can smell it very, very subtly. It's like, I'm not sure if I'd smell it if I didn't know it was in there. It's very subtle, but you can smell it. I mean, texture-wise, it's maybe a little bit denser than your average loaf of bread, not by a lot though. Gonna go in. When you first bite into it, you can't taste the Coke. It just tastes like a bit of a different slice of bread. Then when you chew it a few times, it's almost like, it almost feels like it should be fizzy. It's not a really, really strong flavour, and I think if I was just given this slice of bread and asked to taste it, and I didn't know what was in it, I'm not sure if I would pick out the flavour or not. I mean, could you get away with making a sandwich with this? Maybe. Because I think it's that subtle that any other flavours that you put with it would probably overpower the slightly mild Coca-Cola overtones. But it is nice. It is nice. Especially with a little bit of butter on. That's just how we ate it last time. Just with a bit of butter. And it is actually quite pleasant. I certainly wouldn't make it every day because it's not healthy. But it's bread. It's not bad.
Definitely bread, not cakey.
Yeah, it's bread.
It's very nice. I'm going to have some with eggs on toast.
I'm gonna have some of the eggs on.
Mm.
That didn't work. Mm. Share this around because people gotta know this because it's hilarious. Share the video, leave me a comment down below, especially if you give it a go. Give it a go with other types of fizzy drink. I encourage you to try this with different fizzy drinks. I want someone to make this with like Fanta or just something really weird. You know, sparkling duet, that kind of thing. Hit like, leave me a comment, hit subscribe, and make some Coke bread. Because why not? It's 77 cents, just do it.